In 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, nobody move. It's 2019 and I haven't actually fucked up yet. Can I use the word fucked up?
No, you can't, but that's okay.
So, I haven't even made shit content yet, but altogether it's going on pretty well. And if you guys are wondering if this is a Dean Scenes talk show interview, no. Even though we got millions of views and a lot of fans following it, I'm just kidding, nobody did. So we're going to scrap that and we're going to be starting a podcast. And this podcast is going to be talking about real shit. We're going to say what we're supposed to be saying, what's supposed to be said. Nothing's going to be hidden. So that's the whole idea of this. This is being sponsored by Wealth Media and Sports. The venue is Hot Fitness. And if you guys don't know where that is, I'm going to leave a link on top. I've done like a vlog here, so there's Druid Garden and Hot Fitness. You guys can go check it out in case you guys want to come here. I think Dhanya loves the place. As soon as she entered, she was like wooed and she wants to just shift here.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah?
I'm loving it. The vibe is so good.
She kept talking about the gym every time till now.
It looks so good.
Yeah, that's true. I love working out here. It feels like a 5-star hotel as soon as you enter, and then you know.
Good vibes, good vibes.
Yeah. So straight away.
Yeah.
Do you believe in nepotism in Kannada industry?
Wow, we're actually going to start with that one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, see, yes, nepotism exists in every field.
Okay.
It's not just the film industry. If your father is an actor, your grandfather is an actor, father is a doctor, your grandfather is a doctor, somewhere down the line you're going to feel like maybe I can be one too, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Is it easier for us? It could be, yes, but the pressure is doubled.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of expectations.
So, with great power comes great responsibility.
Wow, okay.
And yeah, so it exists, and they're both positives and negatives. Okay. And yeah.
So, say if I want to get into acting and I want to, like, you know, I'm not in the industry, I have to get into the industry. So, do you think talent is required, or do you have to pay your way in through to the industry?
No, of course. Talent is everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Talent is right on top.
Okay.
Everything else comes after that. So, if you're really talented, and I feel like if you know how to get yourself out there, you'll make it. You'll make it big. It might take a little longer. It might be a little harder, but it'll
know you.
Yeah, it'll be worth it in the end. Because
Okay.
look at the actors that are making it big now. You have your Rajkumar Rao, you know.
Yeah.
They made it big because of their talent.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but look, so since you're coming from the Rajkumar background, it gives you already an opportunity to be seen out there even before somebody new coming in.
Yeah,
but what's the difference? Like, how long does it take for the newcomer to, you know, come straight, get to be known? Because it takes a lot of time for what I have known than from someone coming here. And again, it takes a lot of effort for you to already come in from a stage there and stay there or go up higher.
See, I get what you mean, but I don't have first-hand experience to give you my view.
Okay.
But from what I do know, I've seen a couple of people come up by themselves, and it hasn't taken them too long.
Okay.
So I feel like it depends on your determination and how hard you work, you know.
So, can you name a few Kannada actors who have done this?
My dad, for
Okay.
instance, he came from nothing. He didn't have a film background. His dad had a few friends maybe, but he worked his way up. You know, he gave his own hits. So I think that's the best example I can give you.
So how did your dad react when he got to know? I mean, you're the first granddaughter in the Rajkumar family that's getting into the movies. Yeah. And how did everyone react? Because, you know, it's a huge thing, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah. So how did your dad react? How did, Guru's dad, that's Raghavendra Rajkumar, and how did Puneet and Mr. Shivraj Kumar react? How did everyone react? How did your mom react?
Too many questions.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But let's start with my dad. He was actually not, how can I put it? He's a protective father, like everyone else's father,
true,
you know. So he was a little worried. He's like, how is she going to be able to handle the pressure and all of that? But then he realized that if this is what she's meant to be or meant to do, then there's no stopping her, you know.
Okay, he's backing you in every step you take.
Yes, of course. He's going to be backing me. whether he likes it or not. And because he's my father and he loves me, you know. And my mom was very happy. She said, I'm glad that you've decided you want to do this. And she actually told all of my uncles and my extended family, and they were shocked, surprised, and happy, because they were like, you know, she didn't just keep it in and sort of suppress the thought. She wanted to do something about it, and that made them happy. Yeah.
It's really nice because Vinay is one of them. Dhiren is just started shooting.
Yes.
Guru is, you are Rajkumar right now. We know him as Guru because long history. But he's getting into the industry as well. And I mean, it's the new generation that's getting in. So are we going to see different kind of scripts and different kind of flavor to the movies? Or
yes, of course.
Like what kind of scripts are we going to look at?
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm a movie buff. I love to watch like all kind of genres, but my favorites would be your mystery, crime, you know. I really enjoy those.
I enjoy those kind of movies.
So I'd love to actually be a part of one of those. And you know, your heists, like your what's that movie? Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, you know, something like that. I would love to be a part of. That's like a dream project for me.
You should actually make something that just like that in the Kannada version of it.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
That would be actually something to look forward to. You should get everyone actually.
Exactly what I'm trying to say. So, you know, you get all of the big guns and both men and women.
And then make
killer.
Yeah, that would be something that I'm looking forward to that.
A killer cop.
So, like your father, he debuted in the 90s.
Yes.
And then he did 80s and 90s. I'm sorry. So during, he also acted and then went into producing movies. So what is your aim? I mean, I know it's too early to ask, but then you obviously know where you want to be. Do you want to keep acting and not get into production, or do you want to do both?
Production I haven't thought of, but direction I have.
Okay, wow.
I wouldn't say I'm ready, but in fact I haven't really thought too much about it.
Yeah.
But it is something on my mind. Someday maybe once I'm equipped.
And then that's something else you want to look into.
Of course, I'd like to direct my own film.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be acting in that. So, areas. Sorry. Another thing. Do you think? I mean, there is a process. Now you're going to acting classes and dancing classes and all that.
Yeah.
What is the process? Because as a person watching from outside, they don't know what the process is. Like, obviously, you'll have the talent, or you don't have the talent. You go through a process, and then you get into the movies. So, what is that kind of a process? What do you do?
See, before any process comes into play, there's drive and there's passion, whether you like it or not, right? So that was always there within me. I know I always wanted to be a star, one way or another. You know, I knew that I wanted to entertain people. So that's first, you know, once you figure that out, everything else just falls in place. I mean, you have to groom yourself.
Yeah.
You might have the inborn talent, but you need to sort of
nourish,
make it, nourish, help it grow.
Yeah.
So that's where your process comes into play. That's where you go and pick up on your skills, improve them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, is how long is this process? Is it like 2-3 months, or does it keep going on through every movie?
I feel like you're learning your whole life, you know.
Wow.
With every film you learn. I haven't been in one yet, but this is what I've heard.
Yeah.
But for me right now, I've been learning for about 3 months now, and I feel I have a long way to go.
Have you got any inputs from Puneet or Mr. Rajkumar or Raghavendra or Vinay? Have they come and told you how to act, in the sense what kind of, how to go about it and anything?
So I'll tell you what, we grew up in this surrounding where everything we spoke about had to do with movies, right? So it wasn't like a sit down lecture where they told us, you know, this is what you need to do. It was just a way of life. So invariably it was just inside of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's just surrounded. You're just surrounded by
we were just surrounded by it. So we already sort of picked up on the hints, although they weren't giving us any hints. It was like that.
You're learning, watching it.
Yeah. And apart from that, like ever since I've told them I want to act, I haven't really had the opportunity to sit down and discuss. But I'm sure they'll all have a lot of good things to say.
They'll be proud of you as soon as.
Of course, yeah.
Have you got any scripts yet? Have you decided on anything?
I was actually telling you this earlier. I've been reading a few, and I'm waiting for the right one. Yeah.
What according to you is the right one? Is it the thriller like you were saying, or
No,
is it?
I wouldn't limit myself to that. I'll tell you what. See, I want to be in a film that basically helps me showcase all of my talents. It
Okay.
could be my dancing, my singing, my expressions, my voice, whatever, my body
Emotions and everything,
language, all of those coming together with a good script and a good character. That's something I'm looking for.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot you got to prepare.
I mean, you got to come
Yeah.
in with a bang.
Yeah,
Your
yeah, that's
first
true.
impression is everything.
I can see that. Dhyan's working really hard towards
Exactly.
it. Yeah. I got to ask this. In the Kannada industry, I mean, I've spoken to a couple of actors and I don't want to name them, but they were not happy how the female co-stars are treated. So do you think, or do you, as you know, you're already in the industry, have male and female actors given the same kind of privilege at the present time? Back then, we all know the story. Right now, has it changed?
Things are changing,
Yeah.
for sure. See, I wouldn't say it's where it's supposed to be, but it's changing, and I'm glad I'm a part of that change.
The new generation?
Yes.
So, can you tell us some fond memory of you when you were young and everyone, the back in the days? Because now I know everyone's busy in shooting and you're busy with your
So
stuff.
we still catch up a lot.
Yeah.
Like, we still have a great time when we catch up and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that I know. I see it, Manita. so, so yeah. So, any memories? Anything that you remember that you or Dire, Noguru, something fun? I remember school memories, but then
Yeah,
this would be-
we'd actually spend a lot of time together during the summers. In fact, I wouldn't go home at all. All of the cousins, we'd get together, extended families, stay over throughout. We'd play games, hide and seek, blah, blah, blah. But there was this one thing that I have to mention. I was a bit of a tattletale when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't seem like that.
So I would chill with all the kids. We would do like some fun stuff, which was probably not good for us back in the day.
Okay.
Eat ice cream, too much of it,
Okay.
mess around,
Yeah.
and then I would go and tell the parents. I'd be like, they did this and they forced me to do it.
I see.
I was one of those
I can
kids.
just imagine how they would be reacting. to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So my cousins used to call me a tattletale. Yeah.
Wow, that I didn't know.
Yeah, and after a point, they stopped telling me stuff. And like,
Do you know why now?
they would like lock me out and be like, no, you stay outside,
This is the reason. But why couldn't you not keep it within you? Like, it's a secret, right? That's the whole point of this
I've
cousin.
learned to,
Now.
now I can.
I think it's high time. So, alright, so the other thing I wanted to ask you is, you were in a PR agency,
Yes.
yeah? How was that? Why a PR agency? Like,
Why not?
Why?
Tell you how.
Yeah, how? Yeah.
So I studied media.
Yeah.
I did
At
3
CMS.
years, in CMS, and after I thought I would just chill and figure things out, but that's not how it works. You're in this rut and you're trying to tell yourself that it's okay, but it's not, because you wake up every morning thinking, shit, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I started to feel that way, and that's when my dad said, why don't you work? You've studied, why
Yeah.
don't you try? So I said, yeah, I don't mind. And then I tried my hand at PR. I interned for a bit, and then I started to work. I worked there for close to a year.
Wow.
To be honest, it's really molded me as a person, and I'm so glad I chose to do it. And I would actually encourage a lot of people who've just finished college to take about 2 months off and then jump right into the field, because that's the perfect time to sort of groom yourself.
Yeah.
It's helped me grow as a person. I've become more understanding of others' problems. I've become more confident and more presentable. I speak better. I can convince people better.
That's one thing I've realized that when you go out there and you put yourself in a place where you're nobody and you work for a company and you meet so many people, you learn so much. You learn how to speak to people, you learn how to maybe go for a pitch, how to represent a brand. you know, there's so much you learn even before you actually get into what you really like. That's when you actually realize what you want to do. When you're doing something you think you like, and after some point when you realize you're not getting anywhere and you're irritated with yourself, I feel that's when you realize that, you know, you get to know what you want to do and then get into that.
Of course, yeah. That's exactly what happened to me. So PR really helped me become another person, a person that I never thought I could be.
Yeah.
You know, I was so responsible. I still am, thanks to that 1 year, you know.
Okay.
So yeah. And
Still are.
And I made some really cool friends there.
Okay.
What do you mean you still
Nah,
are?
I'm just
Of course
pulling a leg.
I still am.
So, I'm just surprised because...
Did I miss our interview? Did I make it here on time?
Yes. What do you want me to tell them?
Am I responsible?
Yes, you are. I'm just pulling a leg. No, I'm just surprised that actually I just realized I've known her from school and CMS and now PR, and it's weird because I'd never expected myself to be doing this, though I really love this, and now I'm actually speaking to her. Because back then none of us even spoke about all this. We were just like having fun playing, and it's crazy how life changes. Anyways, you have 40,000 followers, almost 40,000, 39 point something, 40,000. I like to keep it there. Followers on Instagram. Yeah, she's a fashion influencer and lifestyle. Yeah. So how did this come about? Like, did you plan this, or did it just happen, or what is this all about? Because I really wanted to ask.
I should have actually mentioned this when I spoke about PR, because that's actually how this came about as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so before I started working in a PR agency, I still had a good following and all of that, but I didn't know how to put myself out there. I didn't know about this whole blogger pool, influencer pool. I had no clue. So once I got in, and then that was my job, you know.
Yeah.
So I realized I could be on both sides. And it worked out beautifully. Like, I'd get calls from my clients and they'd say, get us a few influencers. And I'd say, cool, I'm one of them, you know. It was a nice job.
I was surprised because, you know, that's the first thing I got to know about. Even before, now we know about the movies. But then back then, you know, you just shot up like everything you had. So do you think the word influencers does justice to people who have such a big following, and do you think brands should associate with them? And how does this work? Do brands call you, or do you call the brands? Do they pay you? Like how does it work?
So it works both ways.
Okay.
Sometimes you reach out to these brands, like for instance, I really like a particular brand, so I'll go reach out to them and I'll say I would like to collaborate. And otherwise they just get in touch with you. So they look for influencers on your social media platforms, and they find you, they send you a mail. And yeah, that's how it goes. That's how they take it forward. And yeah, it could be paid, it could be a barter. This is the PR person in me talking. But
something I'm learning right now.
So there are paid collaborations, there are barters. It's a good life.
She actually endorses Kingfisher. Corona?
I've
collaborated. I'm sorry, endorses. So Corona, Kingfisher. There's a brand which you told me about, which I couldn't pronounce at all. Yeah, I just ignored that whole thing. I'm like, I'm not going to say that. I could say Bumble for some reason, so I'm like, I'll stick with these three for now.
Mac. There are a few, yeah. You should just go onto my Instagram and you'll find them.
That's where I found it. I couldn't pronounce that, so I just left it. So that's the influencers world. Talking about that. Movies are moving from the big screen, most of them, onto the online platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hotstar and all that.
I've got all three on my phone.
So, what do you think is the next move, like for you especially? Because do you want to stick to the big screen, or do you want to also do something online?
I mean, look at Sacred Games, the other one that I watched recently, I'm forgetting. 4 More Shots, Please.
Yeah.
These
I actually like that.
Exactly. So I really like them. And if I was ever given an opportunity to be a part, and if, I liked my character, why not?
That's because, see, I've spoken to a couple of other actors and they want to stick to the big screen. They don't want to go there yet.
No, I
maybe because
wouldn't
they
limit
don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say they don't know, but there should be something they don't want to move into this thing.
I feel like web series are the new, how do I put it? it's what everyone's watching right now, and I feel like more people are talking about web series than they are about main screen cinema. Not trying to offend either, but
exactly.
So they're on equal length right now.
Does it undervalue an actor if they go on?
Of course not. Of course
it doesn't,
not.
Right?
And I feel like people that say that it does, they're not thinking right.
Yeah, because there's such big stars like Sacred Heart had Saif Ali Khan, and there's a Sacred Heart. Sacred Games. The other one is Raman Raghav, which had Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and I mean such big actors coming onto Netflix and doing such things. It talks a lot about, first of all, the new move to online than the big screen. How long do you think the big screen is going to last? Do you think it's going to be there forever?
See,
or is it going to slowly?
No. I don't see it diminishing at all.
Yeah, okay.
It's always going to be right on top. I know that for a fact. But I would love to be a part of web series and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to do so if anyone's watching.
Cast him, guys.
Yeah.
The new generation basically has a different mindset, a different way of looking at movies. I mean, we are surrounded by so many things that it's become very common. Now, when I say something that's become common, say scenes back then when, there was some kind of romance happening, there used to be two flowers making out, or say, bold scenes over there, I could say. Now it's more open. Now it's become like, what you're seeing. Back then it was all, hidden and all that. And there's more like drug scenes shown, and back then it wasn't shown. Now it's become a part of life for everyone, because back then if they showed it, they used to object it. Now it's like, okay, we know it's there.
Accepted.
Yeah, accepted. So will you be taking up a script like this, and like, since you're the present generation, would you be doing something like this? Or would you stick back and say, no, this is not what I am, this is not what I do?
See, I'll tell you what, I totally approve of it.
Yeah.
And I would love to watch it. But when you say, when you ask me about me doing something like that, I'll have to say that I have a few limitations that I've put down for myself, considering the background that I come from and the values that, we sort of imbibe in ourselves. I wouldn't want to influence the people that follow me to do certain things. So those are things that I would restrict myself from doing on screen or off screen. But to watch others do it, that's fine. I approve of it. It's progressive, and that's fine.
Wow. Okay. I honestly. Okay, I'll let that go.
Why? No, tell me.
No, I thought you would like.
It's the present generation, so would you still be thinking about it, or like you said, it depends.
See, I said I have a few limitations. I'm not going to open up to you about everything that I'm going to do, right? So when it comes to my way, I'll see.
Because most of the movies are. Anyways.
Now, I've forgotten the questions, so I'm going to take a break. So I asked you yesterday that do you want to talk about something which you really feel strongly about? You told me about the female or the girls and being in a bubble, and why they have to speak up and how they have to get out of it. So go ahead, I really want to hear this, because I know you've been talking about it from quite some time.
So I've been in that situation. I've been in that place where I felt like because I'm a girl, I shouldn't be open about what I want to be or what I want to do. I thought twice about what others would think, So I got out of that bubble.
Okay.
I pulled myself out of that rut, and that's what I want everyone else to do. Everyone else that's in that same situation, pull yourselves out of the rut, and it's so much brighter. It's so much better. I mean, obviously you have to cross a few hurdles, there are a few obstacles that you are going to have to face, but it's worth it in the end. Trust me. Like,
for the present generation, it's much easier, you're saying. I mean, to get out of that rut and do something and get out there, because now
it is much easier.
Everything's
so different now, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's so open about everything. Narrow-minded people are, becoming more broad-minded.
That's
so I think that the conditions are also favorable to this change that you can make for yourself.
What what are you looking at for these people? Like, what kind of field?
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be. See, in my case, it was films, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be films. It can be anything for that matter. If at all you feel like because you're a girl, because you're a woman, you can't do something, then tell yourself otherwise.
Yeah.
Tell yourself you can do it and go ahead and do it. That's what I'm saying.
Just start a movement or something like this for people who don't have the confidence to get out of that and, go and express themselves. Maybe you should start something like that that would support them, and it's not completely changed, to be honest. It still
Of
takes
course
time.
not, of course not. I'm trying. See, in my own little way, I'm trying to tell people that they should make a change. See, once I get to a certain place, maybe one day I'll have the power to start a movement, as you said.
Yeah.
But as of now, I myself am in that process of trying and reaching,
Discovering.
So
and
yeah, so I've said this in one of my interviews. I don't know if you've seen it, but I said that I'm trying, and while I'm trying, I'm helping others try as well.
The Kannada interview?
No.
No.
No. But yeah,
No,
so that's what I
point,
said,
yeah.
Every day I try to be better, a better version of myself. I try to let go of all of those shackles that held me down.
Yeah.
And while I do it, if I see someone else trying, I'm going to help them up.
That's really a strong thought and a strong movement forward for our generation and for a lot of people, a lot of women out there. Yeah. And another thing is, there's a lot of online bullying happening, to be honest. I mean, I don't get really amazing comments on mine. I mean, people just like say, why aren't you talking in Kannada, or make some good content and some bull anyways. So, I mean, it does affect people at some way or the other.
It does affect people.
Yeah.
In fact, let me tell you one thing. Maybe you should include a lot more Kannada in your content. That's just a suggestion.
I do, but I don't speak fluent Kannada.
So learn it.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what to say, but yeah, because I remember in one of my videos where I did an interview with Balaji and Chandan Shetty, I got a lot of love below, and I also got some amount of hate where they said that we are Kannadigas and we have to speak in Kannada. I completely understand and I do stand by it, but I really don't really converse well in Kannada, and the show was supposed to be in English, so I'm not trying to offend anyone, but even now we are having an English podcast, so it's not about offending the Kannadigas, but this is how, this is the genre of this. So I know you don't really, you're against this bullying which is happening online, because I know people just sit on the computer and just watch it and just type it. They don't understand what's...
I'll tell you what, there was a point of time when it really bothered me, when I saw all of these harsh comments about me, and I feel so bad about it.
Takes a lot out of you.
In fact, it would really, really put me off. I would cry, I'd be dull the whole day. And now I've slowly learned to accept that, these are people that don't have anything else to do in life.
Exactly.
Like, how sad must your life be if all you do is sit behind a computer, behind your phone, and you comment bad things on, Tom, Dick and Harry's pictures, videos, of interviews.
I mean, what?
Right.
Don't you have a life?
Exactly. So that's what I tell myself, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel a little better. But at the end of the day, it still hurts. And some of these harsh comments may be true, you know.
Yeah,
they may be true, and I've tried to inculcate them and make myself better. But a few of them are just totally out of bounds. It's
I agree with
unnecessary.
I don't know what these guys are doing. They just sit and comment for no reason. Like, you're wasting 4 minutes of your life to go through a video, and then you take 5 minutes in total to comment in 1 minute.
But you know what would really make a difference though? If you actually gave like a good feedback, in a positive, constructive
Then,
feedback, that would really help.
Yeah.
And if you said even one nice thing in that huge paragraph of critical comments, I feel like it would bring a smile on the person's face, and it would make them work towards it.
I completely agree. Though I don't get so many comments, but I do get phone calls. So I do get calls and like, you suck. That's it, straight up. Yeah, I mean, you have no. So another thing I know about you is you like writing poems.
Yes, I do.
You're a poet. I don't want to say that I didn't know it, but then you want to convert that into singing as well. And I know for sure that you're a good singer. I remember in school as well. And now when I was setting up, she kept singing and singing. I have some. So could you sing something for us to end this podcast? I think that would be the best way.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, I remember singing this song at your graduation. For everyone that doesn't know, we went to school together. He's my senior and I was a part of the school choir. So I sang this song with the rest of the choir.
Not that old. Yeah.
And I'm going to sing that.
I remember it.
How does it go?
I believe I can fly. I don't know the start though.
I don't remember. Shit.
We just got the lyrics and...
I'm going to start with the chorus. Yeah,
okay.
The refrain.
If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, well then there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly, and I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. And I believe I can soar. You see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Wow, this took me back to my graduation. I'm feeling like crying right now. And she was singing this with everyone. I mean, even I was singing. I'm a horrible singer, but then that was really amazing. I'm not even joking.
Thank you.
That, like, I won't say move my soul and all, but then but it took me away. Yeah. On that note, I hope you had an amazing time. I mean, I learned a lot from you as well. And this was the first podcast, and we will be coming back with a lot more people. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, and if you've reached so far and you liked it, do like it. If you don't like it, don't forget to hit a thumbs down button. I mean, leave something at least. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye bye.